Hi guys, Kris here. So, it has arrived. Strymon Sunset, the brand new dual distortion from the guys at Strymon. It's a brand new one, and it's a really interesting pedal. They released another distortion just a few months back. It was, I think, in October last year, the Riverside, which was also a very versatile, very capable hybrid drive. So you have a JFET analog basic distortion, like an overdrive, and they have their own really intelligent and awesome program, whatever, DSPs, with which they shape the sound and they give extra features and extra capabilities in terms of switching and saving and, you know, using them really in a creative way. So in this thing, they're the same, but that's it. They react totally different, and we'll take a look at this one. If you want to skip the talking and hear the pedals, you can click on the links in the description. Otherwise, if you're still here, hi. Setup. We have two beautiful guitars. First is the Nags Kenai T2. If you don't know the company, you have to check them out. Joe Nags is a guitar luthier extraordinaire. He's an awesome guitar builder, and he had I don't know how many dozens of years of experience and working for PRS, and a guy who knows what he's doing. He started his company in 2009, so it's pretty new. It's not that super new, but you have to check these out. He builds all sort of guitars, humbuckers, Singlecoils, and everything. This is actually a sort of a single cut, double humbucker, mahogany maple guitar with a set mahogany neck and a rosewood fingerboard, and you'll hear right away. You actually heard it already. So the second one is the made in Japan Telecaster from Fender. It's actually a Telecaster custom, so you have the double binding on the back and in front, and you have vintage voice, the Singlecoils, with a rosewood fretboard and a alder body. So we'll check this one later out as well. We have the beautiful Hot Rod Deluxe from Fender. We have a little reverb on, and otherwise we have a Ditto looper and Polytune to stay in tune. So we have something else. We actually have a Mission Engineering expression pedal to show you how nice it works, both of them, if you are into these kind of extra features, and two of the Strymon mini switches. All right, let's go. First is the sound. It's of course the most important part of it, which will be more your sound. I'll play them. I'll try to keep it short with the story and the blah blah. But one thing is important to say, what I've realized right away, like after half a minute of playing, or even less probably, after comparing them, that the Riverside is more of the amp distortion, like a preamp of your amplifier. So it's wide, it's big, it's a lot more modern than the Sunset, because Sunset is way midier, has a totally different tonal character, and it has definitely more of a pedal sound, which is not bad at all. If you like that, then this is a lot more your thing. So let's give it a go. Riverside, I've set them pretty much the same. This is now the high gain setting without the mid pushed. So it's a normal. And what's nice, you have here the 3-band EQ. So you can really shape your voice depending on what guitar you play, what amp you play, blah, 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 you know what I mean. With that, I had the mids a little backed off because the pedal has such martially character in the mids. It gets pretty midi and nasal a little bit if you go up with the mids with some of the guitars. With Singlecoils, it's a different story, but let's try it with a humbucker now. So that's the Strymon Riverside. now the sunset on the hard setting, that's the B channel, with the drive around half the way up, around 12 o'clock, and the tone in the middle. So even though it's on the hard setting, it's still softer than the Riverside with this setting. I mean, I could give more mids and, you know, set it even more to a voice like the B channel from the sunset. Let's try that, maybe work. Actually, it is way bigger. It has more bass and treble. Yeah, you can set them to sound almost the same, but they definitely have their different characters. Sunset on this hard setting is still way more MIDI, you know, has more MIDI, more mids than the Riverside. So let's try the A channel. That's now the Texas sound, which is really soft clipping, low gain, overdrive, distortion sort of stuff. Riverside is more of a, as I see it, it's like you have a basic sound where you can really go crazy with the gain or go back into like almost totally clean, just more of a natural compression. And you can tweak the volume knobs just as if it was your amplifier. You can of course set a low gain, high gain, normal mids or mid pushed, with which you can fine tune again, and you have your presence on the top, on the front to fit it into your setup as best as possible. So with that, tonally you can absolutely fine tune it to get a sort of Riverside-ish sound. And if you don't like that sound that much, you'll have troubles to try to change that like radically. You can just fit it to your taste if you like the chorus sound. With the sunset, that's a total different story because of the options what I told. You can find a nice clean boost in on A or on B. You have low gain setting on both, and you get sort of high gain setting also on both. So you have like 6 total different tone directions which you can start your path on, and then you just go crazy and, you know, go with A into B or use them parallel or B into A or whatever. And we still didn't talk really much about, you know, favorite switching, expression pedals and stuff. That's coming afterwards. So let's show how it works with A and B stacking. Now we have the A into B. So first the A sound. So that's this soft clipping Texas sort of low gain stuff. And now the hard setting on B. Quite some gain. Actually we could go back a little. Okay, and now we go from A to B. So A goes into B. So A on its own is a really soft low gain sound. B on its own is a beefy, nice, wide and hard clipping sound, and both together gets really creamy and thick and just, you know, even better for soloing and stuff. Yeah, and that was just, you know, 2 settings. So you could also use, of course, the Germanium sound on the left, which is more of a just a clean, you know, beefing up your clean sound sort of stuff. And way too quiet. So that doesn't take away any of your bass or treble or anything, which often happens with distortions and overdrives. It's just your amp just pushed, you know, to give you a little more, which is nice. And on B, let's try one different sound. JFET is pretty much the same as the Germanium sound. It's actually even cleaner, so it's really just, if you go with the drive all the way up, it gets, of course, hairy. So it just, you know, softens it compresses your clean sound and gives a little hairy distortion on it, but it stays honest and true to your core sound. If you have such multi-stage drive or you know, dual channel drive or something, you will probably wanna keep it simple on your board. You don't want to have for your rhythm and solo or 2 different rhythm sounds, 2 or 3 different you know, clean boosts with an overdrive stacked into another overdrive, and this is exactly what you wanna, you know, get rid of for such a pedal board or such a setup. So you can do that with both, of course. They are the same versatile with a different approach. The Sunset has, as I told, A and B. With that, you could set your core sound on A and go into B, which will, if set on a lower gain setting, it will just give you a little more volume for your solo. So you can use this stacking option of your Sunset for more gain or more volume, depending on, you know, A goes into B, B goes into A, whatever what, you know, or you just have 2 normal but different rhythm sounds, and if you have both on, you get your volume push or your mid push, which happens naturally. So you can, you know, use it however you want. Let's try it with the Telecaster and show you how that works. So we have here, for example, our A sound, which is the Texas drive, and we have the drive not, you know, way too high. It's sort of a low gain rhythm sound. nice and crispy and really transparent and super dynamic. Okay, so that's your A sound, that's your basic rhythm sound, and you want to go into some rock solo stuff, you stack it with the B, which comes afterwards, and it will get really, really nice, distorted and creamy. And then you can play with the levels. Let's say your rhythm sound is too loud. Like this, how I did. With B, we went back with the volume because A goes into B. And the volume of the stacked second distortion will be your end volume, your real volume. So let's change the levels there. So A is now a little more quiet. And B jumps right in your face. So that's your solo sound, and you can combine it how you want. It's almost pointless to show you a few options because you will probably find a total different approach, and you say like, no, I love it in parallel and whatever what, and I use an expression pedal or whatever what. It's really interesting. One more nice thing, just to show the tonal possibilities. Just short thing, let's set it into parallel, where A and B doesn't get stacked. It just, your signal gets splitted shortly in the pedal. You will get one distortion, you get the other distortion, and then they'll get back together. That's a parallel signal path. And when they get back together, of course, because there are two different voices and waves, you know, it will give you a totally different sort of sound, and it will not get, you know, even a lot more distorted. It's just like two different sort of guitar sounds mixed together and going on in your cable into your amp. So let's give it a go. You have to go on the hard setting, which comes closest to a fuzz type of distortion, and give it full gas and just kick some treble boost in it. So it's a huge wall of sound. It's not a real hairy fuzz, but it's as thick as many nice and musical sounding fuzz pedals. Alrighty, so Riverside. If you want to use it for different things like rhythm solo or to different sort of rhythm sounds, you know, you can do that, of course, still, because it has this favorite switch. With that, you can actually, you know, set your knobs and your switches as you wish. When you say like, okay, that's a cool sound, then you push the favorite switch long, and then it's saved. Then you can change your knobs and use it for a second sound, your current sound, your current setting. And when you use the favorite switch, you swap between your current sound and your save sounds, your favorite sound. So with that, you have right away two different voicings, two different sounds, which can be radically different. So let's check it. That's my current setting. Let's say I need a really clean sounding beautiful, you know, sort of clean boosty stuff. Just a little more and a little more mids. It brings real life into your sound, and it's absolutely transparent. And then with your favorite switch, you get your high gain, you know, totally different sound. Even with a low gain, you know, vintage voiced single coil pickup, it can get really beefy, because you have your 3-band equalization, and that's, I think, what gives it a definitely a beautiful own character. And it's not like the Sunset is the better Riverside or something, because they are totally different. You know, with the Riverside, you can use, for example, your Telecaster with your bridge pickup, which is a single coil, of course, and you can get really thick rock sounds. Or the same with the neck pick, of course. You can get a really glassy, nice open solo sound, high gain solo sound. Without getting too fizzy or too unnerving on a top end. So that's what I absolutely love in the Riverside, because it gives you the options, the tonal options, to really use it as a high gain pedal if you want to, with your favorite switch. Because like this, you know, you have enough treble, but if you turn it to a different, more high gain oriented sound, you can just very decently and just almost unrecognizably turn your treble a little down, your mids up, bam. So that's the thing. You can use this as a rhythm and solo stuff. You can use it, as I told you, just like two different sort of gain stages or voices. Both of these got a lot more to offer. On the top, you have some extra jacks. On the Riverside, you have your boost and your expression jack, with which you can connect a little switch, which we did here, the Strymon TRS boost switch. Controls our volume, so that gives me, in this setup, my solo volume. So with that, it's easy peasy. You know, I have my I don't know, you can of course set the amount of dBs what you get on top, you know, just as your amp needs it, how much headroom it has and stuff. You can set it and fine tune it. Also, of course, you have your expression pedal jack, where you can choose between different effects what your expression pedal does or has. You can use it as a volume, just purely as a volume pedal. You can set this, Strymon has really cool website, you find all the information how to set stuff. It's all so easy. You can use it, as I told, as a volume pedal, or you can use it two different modes. Main thing is you can use it as a normal expression, with which you can control all your knobs. You can really, you know, you can just give it more distortion, more gain, or just more volume, with which you can also, you know, have your rhythm solo situation. Or you say like, I need more drive and more mids. And with that, it starts to, you know, to sing more, and you get some feedbacks, which is cool. Take a look at this. That's my favorite sound, so it has just enough gain, and I'll fade in the mids and drive. That makes fun. That's if you have placed somewhere on your board for an expression pedal and you have one of these, do yourself a favor. With the Sunset, it's pretty much the same. You have maybe a different number of combinations, but you have the same endless versions how you can set your sound or volume. You don't have a boost jack on the top, but you have your favorite, where you can use the same Strymon switch will work. So in this case, this is my B, my favorite, which I've saved a few minutes ago. Now I could, just simulate. I'm now in A and play something, And before you ask, yeah, okay, you could have just stepped on the B button to change to B, but my favorite sound is actually not this sound. So what you see here right now is my current setting for B, but my favorite setting for B is a totally different tone and drive and level setting. So, that's the thing, that with that you have A or B or A and B or your favorite. So it's, it gives you one more option. You can use that, as I told, and you of course have your expression pedal jack with which you can, boost your volume, for example. You say you boost drive and volume or just volume on both sides, so for A and B, and that's gonna work for you as your solo channel, for instance, and then you can use A and B for just two different sounds or voiced distortions or overdrives on the same level, and with your expression you push that to be heard if it's needed. Okay, what else to say? At the end of the day, both are awesome and just really enough versatile and capable and everything, all these words. It all comes down to tastes and sounds. Is amp type of really beefy and low bass end and open sounding distortion yours, then you might want to check out the Riverside. You have also your 3-band EQ and so on and so on. If you're more into pedals and you love your treble boosters and your mid-rangey sort of overdrives or your really hairy and aggressive sounding distortions, and you want to stack them anyhow, Sunset is your thing. So I'm really interested in which you guys like more. If you wish to subscribe, thanks a lot. If you wish to comment and share your opinion, we are absolutely happy to read it, and you're welcome to do that. So there's one more thing to say. You see my hashtag here, Music Belongs Everywhere. That's our new campaign. This will run until the 17th of April. And all you have to do is record you playing your music in a really extraordinary, unusual place. You have like 60 seconds max to record and upload it on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. You find all the information on our Thomann blog. You'll also find a link below in the description. Be creative, you know, feel free to, I don't know, walk up the, I don't know, Mount Everest and play your guitar there, or I don't know, sitting on your toilet, whatever, you know. First place, you know, gets a €1,000 voucher, Thomann voucher, so, you know, it's maybe worth your energy. See you next time. Cheers.